It's time now for a look at latest in local news. In the news, the Wayne County Board of Education met Wednesday morning for the sole purpose of naming Tony Williams their full-time school superintendent. The vote at first was a 5-0 vote, but then later under items with board members, Sharon Daniels stated she didn't know what she was thinking and changed her vote to a no vote. So Tony Williams selected the full-time school superintendent on a 4-1 vote yesterday morning. Daniels and others questioned the fact that the board did not open up the application process, but instead voted 4-1 to name Williams their lone candidate for the job. And after having to wait the 14 days before they could make it official, they met Wednesday morning to do just that. And Tony Williams selected as the Wayne County School Superintendent on a 4-1 vote. It's a 3-year contract. After the announcement, we had a chance to talk with School Superintendent Tony Williams.
The full-time School Superintendent Tony Williams, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you, Bob.
I guess the second question is, why do you want this job full-time? People say, why does she want this job?
It has been a challenge, but I do love Wayne County. I want what's best for Wayne County. I love the people that work here, and I have an investment in this community, so I just want to do what's best for our community.
Well, you heard the criticism the other night saying you don't have an education background.
Right.
How do you respond to that?
I don't. I don't think we've had a superintendent that knew every aspect of running a school system, but we are an $80 million business, and I have a business background. I have the instructional leaders working for me that know how to improve us academically, and I'm depending on them to do that.
As you mentioned, it's a big budget, and there's been some financial issues. That's why they really are in support of you. As I mentioned this morning on the Butch and Bob show, no one knows numbers more than Tony Williams, but there's some big projects on the table.
There are.
As you mentioned last night, the deadline's quickly approaching. So talk about the projects on the table: the Ag Center, ROTC, a weight room, the roofs at the middle schools. Bonds have been sold for that, but you said the time frame is quickly approaching as far as bids and things like that.
Right. We put an RFP out yesterday for a construction manager. We will be approving that person at the March work session. So we have a tight timeline for that. So that person will work for us, will help us oversee those capital projects to make sure that we're getting the best bang for our buck. He or she will cover Ag, ROTC, and the weight room. The 2 middle school roofs will be a sealed bid process because we won't necessarily need a general contractor for those projects because it'll just be a roofing company. So there's no need to have someone overseeing the entire project for that.
So everybody knows the weather's been playing havoc with the school schedule. You mentioned last night that you're looking at some ideas of possibly being able to have school in case bad weather does approach. So you're going to bring those ideas to the board next meeting. Is that correct?
We are. We're having some conversations about trying to make up some instructional time. We're thinking outside the box on that. And then we're going to also have a backup plan for the future if we have to cancel school again so that we'll minimize the amount of time missed in the classroom.
Well, again, congratulations. Look forward to working with you, and best of luck.
Thank you. I'm excited.
And once again, those comments on Wayne County's new school superintendent full-time, Tony Williams. Again, the vote yesterday, 4-1. Sharon Daniels was casting the no vote, and it's a 3-year deal for the superintendent contract. There is no buyout in the contract deal. So again, Tony Williams selected yesterday on a 4-1 vote to be Wayne County's full-time superintendent for the next 3 years. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor or the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. In other news, City Manager Nick Ellis has sent out a press release regarding a deceased person on the residence at 204 North Palm Street. Again, the structure fire occurred on January 6th. He says he'll be conducting a review of all internal protocols and processes used by the Jesup Fire Department, as well as supporting the State Fire Marshal's Office and the Jesup Police Department with their investigation. Both the police and fire chief are conducting independent reviews and cooperating with state agencies to investigate the cause of the fire and the cause of the death. Although the incident's circumstances remain unknown, they state they kindly ask for you to allow the public safety officials to investigate the facts surrounding the structure fire's origin and the GBI Crime Lab to conduct an autopsy and provide a completed report. They expect the police chief to request the GBI investigation to assist if there's any indication of foul play in the incident. City of Jesup is dedicated to obtaining facts and reviewing the policies and procedures of the fire department in order to adequately address the incident and future structural fires. He says he'd like to remind everyone that conducting internal and external investigations will take time. If anyone has information pertaining to the investigation, they have to contact the Jesup Police Department That number 912-427-1300 or the State Fire Marshal's office at 470-572-5722. In Glenn County, the courthouse, the evidence portion of the trial is underway as the former DA Jackie Johnson is on trial for her handling of the Ahmaud Arbery murder case. Ahmaud Arbery's mother, Wanda Cooper, one of the first witnesses to the witness stand. She told the jury how her family was kept in the dark for about 73 days without an arrest, and she was told that her son was killed in a burglary. Cooper told the jury that she and her family never heard from the DA. During cross-examination, defense attorneys point out that the DA Johnson recused herself due to a conflict as one of the McMichaels used to work in her office. The defense says that Ahmaud Arbery's mother was supposed to be in contact with the former Waycross DA, George Barnhill, who was appointed the case from Johnson's office. Defense attorney Keith Adams told Cooper, quote, "It wasn't Jackie Johnson calling you and giving you misinformation." Cooper responded Jackie Johnson did not call her at all, that while she was calling George Barnhill, she said it would have been proper for her to call her. The defense also asked Cooper if the Georgia Attorney General's office, which is prosecuting the case, explained to her that once a DA declares a conflict, they can't have anything to do with the case. Cooper replied it would have been polite if she had contacted her. Again, several police officers first to arrive on the scene also took the witness stand yesterday. Once again, the evidence portion of the trial continues in Glenn County. Johnson faces 2 charges, one violation of oath of office and a charge of destruction of an officer. If found guilty, she could be sentenced anywhere from 1 to 5 years in prison. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes in the news today on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. Our special guest, Congressman Buddy Carter. A lot happening since President Trump took office. Congressman Carter will give us his thoughts this morning. On Friday's Butch and Bob Show, our guest in studio will be Lindsey Thomas Jr. He's the communication officer for the National Deer Association. Thomas, a Wayne County native, lifelong Wayne County deer hunter. He'll talk about the news that the DNR recently found chronic wasting disease in a deer in Georgia for the first time. He says he'll also take questions of any kind regarding deer management and deer hunting, and that's tomorrow on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. County Commissioner set to meet Monday at 6 p.m. On the agenda under old business, consider and approve update to animal control ordinance, also the Aging Advisory Committee appointment, consider and approve J.C. landing agreement with the Wayne County Board of Tourism. Under new business, they'll approve that resolution relating to the Wayne County School District general obligation bonds. Consider approve bids for an F-350 truck for the road department. Consider approve bids for courthouse doors and windows. Consider approve local victim assistance funding distribution. Items with the administrator, items with the county clerk, items with the commissioners, all that set for Monday at 6 p.m. Recent bad weather also canceled the Wayne County Annual Spelling Bee, but it was held Wednesday morning at the Tech Center. Congratulations to this year's winners of the Spelling Bee, Logan Leisure from Martha Ross Smith Elementary. The winning award was massive. Second place winner was Madison McKinnon from Jesup Elementary, and the annual Wayne County Spelling Bee held yesterday at the Tech Center. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan saying have a great day.